why do these afflictive emotions affect us so much? It's because we've invested in them for so long. For this whole life, for lifetimes. We've assumed that this is how it is. And so we've been influenced, we've invested in these afflictive emotions. But now we can let them go. We can cut through them and realize our true nature. To do this, it is very important that we have an enlightened teacher, a root guru. In the beginning, if we don't have a root guru, it's okay. Take or have belief in the lineage masters, in Padmasambhava, until we find your root teacher. Make these pith instructions, the Ngondro practices, your root lama until you find your root lama. You can rely on other teachers for the time being to establish you on the path. And be grateful for every one of the teachers that you have, because each one of them has helped you step by step. Later you might leave them behind, you might decide that another teacher is better, and that's fine. However, no need to criticize them, because they have helped you on the path. Now maybe you've outgrown them. Still, they've helped you to develop, to grow, to move on step by step. And then having a teacher who is enlightened, they really know the practices and they really know the state of mind. It's like going to a city, and if you're new in the city, you don't know how to get to places, you don't know the shortcuts, you don't know when you're lost. You get to the place, you might even not recognize the place. However, if you know somebody who's in the city, who's lived there for a long time, they'll tell you during the traffic, use this route, this is the scenic route, this is the quick route. They know all the options of how to get to where you want. And when you get there, they'll recognize the place. They'll say, you're here. Or you've made a mistake. Okay, you're a little bit lost. You've gone a little bit this way. Come back. This is the direction to go in now. And this is the value of a great teacher. They know the mind of enlightenment. They're abiding in the state of mind all the time. And they know the practices to get there. So they can give you expert guidance. They'll show you the paths, they'll show you the quick path, they'll show you the gradual path. Depends on your capabilities. Oh, where are you now? All right, you're over here. Let me give you directions how to carry on your path. And eventually when you get there, they'll guide you. Yes, this is the true nature of mind. And then they'll give you instruction or instruct you to continue to abide in the true nature of mind, to establish your realization in this true nature of mind. So the Guru is very, very important, especially in Tibetan Buddhism. In other schools of Buddhism, I'm not too sure. I haven't really practiced in these other schools. The end result is the same. They all are guiding us towards enlightenment. However, their methods are different, and I don't know those methods. However, I can say that with Tibetan Buddhism, very, very important is the root guru. A lot of emphasis. Most important part of our practice, in fact, is the root guru. Why is the root guru so important? One aspect is that when you can see or realize the purity of the root guru, then we can realize the purity of other phenomena as well, and much more easily. Remember, it's not the outer appearance of the Guru that we are taking refuge in or that we have belief in. It's the qualities of the Guru. What are those qualities of the Guru? Wisdom, love and kindness and compassion. The qualities of their mind. This is what we are investing. This is what we wish to be incorporated or absorbed into our mind stream, so that we don't have to become and look like our teacher. What we do is that we still maintain our same appearance. However, all of those incredible qualities, those enlightened qualities of their mind are absorbed into our mind. And that's what we say, being one with the teacher. So it's very important, just like the medicine, that we really follow the teachings we're given as best as we can, according to the way the teachings are given to us. The outer guru, the appearance of the guru is so important. In the beginning, why? Because we're so used to projecting externally. All our value, all our happiness, our unhappiness, we've projected onto external objects, onto the material world, onto having fame or fortune, or having this material wealth, or having those friends or these relationships. However, through Buddhism, through getting to know our mind, as Buddhists, we are the insiders. Where do we make that transformation? Where do we first look to change? We look to change within ourselves. So through the outer guru, he then teaches us about our mind, how to transform it, how to realize our true nature of mind. And through that, we realize the secret guru, our enlightened state of mind. And also, with a great guru, if you really have a lot of belief and faith in your teacher, then whatever you're doing, whatever arises, you can think of as being your teacher. Oh, this problem has arisen. How wonderful. It's an opportunity to practice. My guru is here. My enlightened teacher is here testing me. And the more and more we're able to apply this, the more and more difficulties and obstacles then become an opportunity to practice rather than a difficulty or an obstacle. So we can really, through the belief in our teacher, we can really transform our perspective, our perception, our state of mind. And belief is very, very important. The greater our belief in the teacher, the greater the blessing we receive. As they say, if you have your belief that your teacher is the same as Buddha, has the same realization as Buddha, then you get the same blessing. If you just think that your teacher is ordinary, then you just get an ordinary blessing. If you have some water in a bowl or in a pond or in a lake, you have the opportunity for the reflection of the moon to be reflected in the water. And however big the surface of the water is however much reflection there may be on the water. So even if you have the smallest of bowls, there's still that opportunity that the moon can reflect in the water. However, if there's no water, it's just a dry bowl or just a dry piece of ground, there's no reflection of the moon. And that's the same with faith and belief. As long as we have faith in the teachings, faith in our teacher, then their qualities have that opportunity to reflect in our mind stream, to be absorbed in our mind stream. However, if we have no belief or faith, then it's going to be very, very difficult for those qualities to be reflected in our mind stream. For instance, if somebody says, go and put on the kettle to boil the water, if we have no belief that it's going to boil the water, we won't even think about it. We won't even go and put the kettle on. However, if we believe that the kettle can boil the water, we'll go and switch it on. So very important is belief. Belief is so, so important. And if we really have belief that through these teachings, we can follow these teachings to enlightenment, it's going to be very constructive and very conducive to us being able to practice and to continue on the path. If we believe we can go to India, then we will invest and maybe put in the effort to go to India. If we believe we can attain enlightenment and through these teachings, we may really then put in the effort to really practice to attain this realization. And then we practice so that really these qualities of the Guru reflect in our body, speech and mind. That although our physical appearance is the same, our actions are that of the qualities of the Guru. And what are those of our enlightened teacher? It's our actions and our motivations are that of wisdom and love and kindness and compassion. And we're really very fortunate, really very fortunate. These days there are many, many great teachers. Find a great teacher. Gyalwai Nyugu Rinpoche today is an incredible, incredible teacher. He's got the blessing of His Holiness Lama Achuk Rinpoche. He's one of the heart sons of Lama Achuk Rinpoche. Lama Achuk Rinpoche often used to speak very fondly of him in front of thousands of students. And he gave Rinpoche the blessing to continue teaching. If, however, you don't have that connection with His Holiness Gyalwai Nyugu Rinpoche, find another enlightened teacher. There are other enlightened teachers, and follow them. Today we're very fortunate. Many teachers are accessible. There's many books that are accessible. There's a lot of information on the internet. However, this is not sufficient. Some people, they don't want to rely on somebody else. They feel very uncomfortable putting their faith and their belief in an enlightened teacher. If this is the case, just be aware that the books, if you read them incorrectly, that you have some misunderstanding, if you add your own habits into your practice or what you read in the book, you're going to practice incorrectly. And when you go wrong, the book's not going to say to you, or the internet is not going to say to you, you've got these problems, you've got these mistakes, and correct you. And sometimes following the teacher, it's going to feel uncomfortable. Why? Because they're going to point out our faults. They're going to push our buttons. They're going to do things so that we look at our mind. So we see again, oh, I've got jealousy. I've still got so much attachment. I've still got anger. And this is what is so great about teachers. Not always that they just make us happy, is that they give us these great teachings and they give us the opportunity. They test us. Are you doing it properly? And they won't necessarily do it through question answer. They'll do something that triggers your jealousy or triggers your angriness, your anger, or your pride. And then, oh, when you get involved in that jealousy again, your mind clicks into it. Or you get involved in that arrogance again, then the teacher's observing. I see, lost in your thoughts again, lost in some of those habits again. When it happens, you feel uncomfortable. Why did the Guru do this to me? Meanwhile, it's not the Guru that's at fault. He's showing us, pointing at it to us. You see, we still haven't liberated these afflictions. You have got lost again in these afflictive emotions, in these discursive thoughts. You've still got practice to do. So, so valuable. A teacher is so, so valuable. Even in the beginning, we feel like we don't have that belief that they talk about, the unmoving belief. No problem. Start from what you've got. The more you practice, you start to realize, oh yes, what the teacher says is true. Cause and effect really is true. And then we believe more in cause and effect. We're more careful about what we do, what actions we invest in body, speech and mind. Are they positive or are they negative? Oh yes, it's really true. When we have awareness, we have the right mindfulness and awareness, we can transform these afflictive emotions. It really does minimize my suffering. It really does make people around me feel better. It's like somebody that's always angry and they go to anger management. They think that everybody's angry around them all the time. And then when they start to change, they suddenly think, wow, everybody else is changing so much. Everybody's so much nicer and more relaxed and even happier to see me. Why did everybody's change so much? Maybe the actual truth is that most of the change has happened within ourselves. We're not so angry anymore. We're happier, we're more kind, so people feel more relaxed, happier around us. They feel easier to confide in us. So then our belief increases. Oh yes, what the teacher says is really true. The Dharma really works, it is true. And then we practice more. Through the practice, our realizations become better. Practice the Ngondro, our realizations become better. And then we have more faith, we have more belief, we practice more. And so our belief becomes more and more stable and more unmoving. Every one of us has belief. Every one of us has a belief system. Some people say, I always used to say, I don't believe in these things. I don't have a belief system. However, every one of us has a belief system. When you say, I don't believe, then your belief system is that you don't believe. We all believe. How many of us have such strong belief in money? This is a belief system. So we all have a belief system. The question is your belief system really helping you to attain, to realize what you're really looking for? Does it really help you to realize happiness? The happiness that you're looking for. Does it really help you to be free of suffering? And through the belief as well, you really start to see benefiting others, helping others. It really helps. It really helps. Makes other people feel better. When other people feel better, it comes back. People treat you better. So belief is very important. You can have doubt. And before we talk about doubt, maybe also we're talking about perceptions. Really we start to see that the way we perceive the world, we can change. You can see it according to the truth. Just like somebody who has yellow jaundice, they say they see everything as yellow when actually it's white. So what do? We teach people, oh, this is white. And eventually when they heal, then they really see, oh yes, it really is white. There was just a defect in my own eyesight or the way I was seeing things. The same as well with the Dharma. This is the teaching of the Vajrayana, the great perfection. You say this is the way it really is, this is the truth. You maybe don't see the truth at the moment because of our incorrect perception. But slowly through the practices, we transform our perception to see the truth. Then we see, oh yes, this is the way it really is. This is how it was, right from the beginning. So these are maybe things to be aware of on the path. Let me talk about motivation. Motivation is also very, very important. Our motivation decides what our deeds are of body, speech and mind. Are they positive or are they negative? So have the motivation, the greatest motivation, that we're practicing for the benefit of attaining enlightenment, to benefit countless suffering sentient beings. Of course we can have the motivation to make our life better, because through these practices we reduce our afflictive emotions, we benefit others, our life becomes happier. We may be doing it for better future lives because we develop these inner qualities, and so our future lives will be easier. We can do it for the benefit or the motivation of attaining liberation for ourselves. However, this doesn't include the wish to benefit others. So really do it with the motivation to benefit. The highest motivation is to attain enlightenment, to benefit all sentient beings, to really help and guide them, also be free from all of their suffering, and to attain enlightenment. Also our motivation, if our mind is full of kindness and our wish is full of kindness, then what we say, what follows, is full of kindness. What we do is kindness. If what we do, if what we're thinking, our thoughts, our motivation is full of anger, dislike, jealousy, then our actions of our body, speech and our mind will also be that of jealousy or of anger. So what we're thinking, what's going on in our mind, is then what will flow into how we act, what we say. So our motivation is very, very important.